Sexy Red.
Oh, Lord.
What you think about Sexy Red?
But where the problem comes in at is when she is the face of all Black women, or when all Black women are accepting that representation, even if we know that that isn't our representation. Even if we know that that isn't what our standard is, we still accept that. We still let our children listen to it. We still letting our more importantly, our little girls be programmed by that. And they don't understand the differences in the representation. All they see is, oh, well, mommy's listening to this, so this must be cool. Oh, well, auntie's singing that. I heard that on TikTok, so this must be okay. And so there has to be a distinction.
Langford Cunningham. But boy, the text line is going crazy. People just love him. What a great message.
Love a straight talker.
St. Louis man says he had to lose his sight in order to find his vision.
See, today we forgot about the message. We have to get back to a message.
And it's the commercialization and exploitation of our culture that continues this vicious cycle of death, darkness, and destruction.
Got a lot of the females rapping today, okay? They twerking, they're doing prostitution on records, leading little girls into the strip clubs. That leads into human trafficking. They don't promote Taylor Swift like that. Right. But our Black women gotta get prostituted in the industry.
Oh, the burgers. Boy, the baby mamas, man, they feed their kid nuggets, french fries. You telling me they are putting poison in their mouth?
I'm telling you, it's a weapon of mass destruction.
Elon Musk made a comment that hands up, don't shoot. It was a hoax. How you feel about that, Mike Brown Sr.?
Those words would have never been said if that would have never happened to Mike Brown Jr. So what you saying? What happened to Mike Brown Jr. was fake? Hey, people be playing with the wrong folks, man.
They left the responsibility onto you to search for your daughter. You didn't get no assistance from the police department. You didn't get no assistance from the political officials.
No, I did not.
Let's elaborate more on this service station.
A human trafficking ring that was going on at that mobile. They arrested the guy, and as soon as he got out, the station was back open once again.
It's the Blind City Podcast takeover, you know?
You know who's the most dangerous man in the world is?
Who?
A blind man with vision. Thank you. Reba Dirty.
Yeah. ABC 30 TV. BlindCityThePodcast.com. And the city is in hell. Kids gotta catch a cab to school. Minivans, volunteers, because the public schools. Insufficient funds, hiring people from out of town that is still stealing from our community. How many times I gotta keep calling out these house keep stealing from the community, and you keep voting these clowns in. Matter of fact, Maestro, put up the clip of the black rodeo clown running from the bull. That's St. Louis. That's St. Louis. A black-ass clown running from the bull. Because you're playing in the bull in our community. Thank you, Maestro. Black rodeo clowns. You keep voting them people in that keep stealing from your community. And I've been saying this since the beginning of my show. I need the feds to investigate Pagedale, Hillsdale, Wellston, St. Louis Public Schools. You already got to do an audit. Tashara Jones made you do an audit and you're complaining about that. Money missing from that. The whole damn board needs to be fired because black kids are suffering. They the ones that's suffering in our community from human mistakes. We don't take care of our black children like white people do. Why this don't happen to Webster Groves, Kirkwood, Eureka, Ladue? How they take care of their kids? And you got our kids catching cabs and minivans because you lost the budget with the school buses. Can't hire enough bus drivers. Why you can't hire enough bus drivers? You not paying them nothing because everybody on the board making $1 million damn.
The I-Team fought to get answers, obtaining the school district's latest audit. The audit underscores issues with maintaining and reporting financial records. They raise serious questions about accountability within the district. Problems often aggravated by high staff turnover. And yet another finding: gaps in staffing and oversight. In response, the district is required to draft a corrective action plan. Among the most significant steps, hiring a new director of real estate, a move that could carry major financial consequences. This all comes after Superintendent Keisha Scarlett has been placed on temporary leave. It comes amid a projected $35 million budget deficit, fueling concerns her leave may be connected to issues surrounding spending.
We'll be right back after these messages. I got my people from D.C. I had to go to Washington, D.C. to talk with my guests, to bring them on my show so we can solve some of these answers in our community. Why black people keep stealing from their own damn people. That's what the show about tonight. And now they got a vice black president. Y'all voting for her because she black, or do you voting for her policies? Because everybody I'm hearing so far, oh, she a AKA, oh, she black, oh, she went to Howard. There ain't no reason to vote for her, clown. What policy is gonna affect you and your kids to have a better life in their community? I don't give a damn if she an alien. She bringing resources to my community, I'm gonna vote for her. Give a damn if she black. Y'all need to get off that. She black, black. Yeah, that's how we got trapped in Africa by black people. Sold us out, didn't they? That's how we got over here. We'll be right back after these messages. BlindCityPodcast.com. BlindCityPodcast.com. That's right. Man, this gonna be a great show tonight. Oh man, here we go. This introduction. I had to find a sister that stand on principles and morals. Black foundation. Black queen. She ain't taking off her clothes. She use her mind. She ain't gonna get no BLW. She ain't going all the way to Cuba getting things cut off her organs off her body so she can please people. This woman is a queen. She stand on something. Matter of fact, I'm finna introduce you to her. ZZ, what's the deal? Welcome to the city.
Peace. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh man, I gotta roll out the red carpet for you. Yeah. And you look good. You look good too. But when you find a sister who got knowledge of self and look good, oh, you done hit the lottery. Yeah. Next up, oh, this guy right here, man. This man has helped build a brick on the house for Blind City. This guy right here has a hit show in D.C. with one of the great legends of the Rock Newman Show. My man Avis, straight out of Philly. How you doing, bruh?
What's going on, brother? Blind City, the podcast with Lanefoot Cunningham. What's going on, brother?
Man, you giving them my government name, brother. Well, you trying to get me set up, man. No, how you doing, bro? How you feeling?
Everything is good, brother. You know the love is real, man. The love is real. Couldn't wait to come on. We loved having you on the show, brother. Love what you're doing, the things that you're doing, and the motivation and all of that you're doing with the people, man. You're doing your thing there in St. Louis, and it's traveling all around the world.
Brother, I'm trying to wake the dead up. It's like the purge right here. But let's get it going. ZZ, I'm going to shoot the first question out to you. Sexy Red.
Oh, Lord.
What you think about Sexy Red? You know what they tell me in St. Louis? You know she from St. Louis now. Nah. Keep quiet. Keep quiet. Keep quiet for what? The image she putting out is one of the reasons why these black women getting shot by the damn police. When you consider yourself a thug, a goon, a hoe, and you prostituting, how other races gonna have respect for you? What you think, ZZ?
Well, Sexy Red is a byproduct of one of the many issues that we've already been suffering from, side effects of white supremacy. She does represent a sector of black women that is real. I think
Section 8?
Every community has degenerates, okay?
Welfare.
We
Family Dollar, rainbow clothing. Okay, I got it. Flea market, value, I got it.
We do have and really what it is there's a lack of balance. There's an oversaturation of not just Sexy Red, but people like her. There's even the women that aren't even necessarily aligned with her are still falling into that propaganda that she has because it's so blatant. It's so pushed on us. She was all over the BET. She's all over the BET Awards. She's all over social media. She's been posted. she's everywhere. A lot of the bigger celebrities, when she came in, gave her endorsements. And so there's just a lot of push. I do think, of course, that there's always going to be a sector of us that's going to be, again, degenerate. It's going to be ratchet. It's going to be ghetto. That's going to relate to that. And even those of us who aren't necessarily that far gone, we have cousins, we have people we know, we have, you know what I'm saying, somebody we can still kind of relate to it to a degree. But where the problem comes in at is when she is the face of all Black women, or when all Black women are accepting that representation, even if we know that that isn't our representation, even if we know that that isn't what our standard is, we still accept that. We still let our children listen to it. We still letting our more importantly, our little girls be programmed by that. And they don't understand the differences in the representation. All they see is, oh, well, mommy's listening to this, so this must be cool. Oh, well, auntie's singing that. I heard that on TikTok, so this must be okay. And so there has to be a distinction. I'm not for that necessarily being a part of our representation at all, because I don't think that's something Black women should be aspired to be at all. But I do think, again, it's just a real part of our community. So it's going to be there whether we like it or not. But we have to make a distinction in between what we want as the face of our people and what we despise, what we don't approve of.
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah. She's been on award shows, but she ain't won no damn awards. Okay, she can't sell out a tour. Okay, so they like looking at her. They don't want to spend all that money to see her. See what I'm saying? So like I said, I don't know the young lady, but I am so tired of the coonery and buffoonery coming out our city. The last intelligent person we had came out of St. Louis was Dick Gregory, and we haven't had one since. Avis, brother,
yes, sir.
We talk about this all the time. The degrading of our women, brother. It seems like it's picking up an avalanche, brother. It's getting bigger and bigger. And then when I listen to the white women, they don't do their white women like that on their radio. They don't promote their white women out their community. Taylor Swift has just been protected. They just found out the terrorists was coming after Taylor Swift. They brought the tanks out and everything to protect that white woman. They say nothing gonna happen to her. Oh, they don't do that for Sexy Red. What you think, Avis?
Right. You know, I think Sexy Red is definitely, ZZ covered a lot of it. I think Sexy Red is definitely a distraction. You know, she keeps us into the entertainment realm where we don't see what's really going on. Sexy Reds and those like, you know, of that ilk. Me and you've talked about it many of times. There's another young lady in Chicago. And I think it's the defeminizing of a lot of women to make them hard. And we've seen that happen with the sister with the water, you know, with what happened with her. You know, we still haven't talked about, you know, this cop, you know, and having water catch on fire. We ain't talked about that, a pot of water catching on fire. I would love to hear that conversation. But we've seen how she said the simplest thing and he felt threatened by it. And, you know, and so, you know.
And what did she say? What did she say? She said, Jesus, rebuke. Jesus, rebuke what the black pastors teach in the church in our community. And that white man say, yo, Jesus, and shot her. Why they don't have respect for the Jesus in our community?
Somehow he deciphered reason that that became a threat from, you know, throwing a pot of water 20 feet away, that he felt his life was threatened to shoot her, you know, in the fashion that he did. But, you know, the thing about it with the Sexy Reds and the stuff like that, you know, you got thousands and thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of immigrants that come over here all the time. And so they come over here for what? What are these people sneaking across the border for? They're sneaking across the border for opportunities. So what opportunities are they talking about? Because in our community, our young people don't know about these opportunities. They keep us sedated with the Sexy Reds, keep us sedated with the street gossip, the relationship gossip,
black
and
celebrities,
like
celebrities, right.
Yeah, we don't. So we ain't talking about any of these things that we need to talk about.
No Diddy.
Absolutely. Yeah, keep them, ain't talking about, even though, and they keep us in, they talk about how much we are consumers and our buying power. And that's what everybody wants us for our purchasing power. And they keep us there. And when we think that gives us some type of power, but really that's keeping us at the bottom rung where the dollar doesn't stay in our community. As soon as we get it, we got to go somewhere to take it out of our community hands. So, you know, the Sexy Red just add to that. It's a total distraction.
All I want is a balance. If you're going to show Sexy Red, also have a young black female rapper saying she not a hoe, she not a hooker, she don't endorse prostitution. I endorse that I am a queen like ZZ. Show that side. They did it when we came up, Avis, in the 90s. We had Queen Latifah, MC Light. We had a balance.
That's the thing
what
now.
We gonna do? What we gonna do? We still waiting, brother. It's the purge out here. We got zombies and dummies. ZZ.
Yes.
Let's go to the next question. This is good. I like this right now. We're going to turn up the temperature, ZZ. What about these immigrants, man? They coming all in the black community. They not going into the prosperity communities. You might have one or two, might have a liquor store out there, but they are flooding the hood, and they cooking our food, ZZ.
That's on purpose. That's very much intentional. And it's not even just the immigrants. We got to be specific because it's the illegals. Moreover, shout out to the Black Americans out in Denver, in Chicago, in New York. There's a lot of places, even here in DC. It's a lot of our communities are being directly affected, and it's more and more every year, especially under this Biden administration. It was millions that came in under Biden, and Kamala, whatever. But no, this is a serious issue because what it is that a lot of, especially on the left, they're trying to get a buffer class, really a buffer class of white supremacists, but a buffer class to replace Black Americans because they know that they're losing our vote. They know it's too many
we
Black
don't
people.
vote. We don't vote.
But the ones that do usually go left is the point, and so they know that even those that go left are, especially Black men, are starting to see that this Democratic plantation ain't really hitting on what it should have been the last 30, 40 years. And so a lot of us are starting to lean more right. You got a lot of Black people, even if you just look online. I mean, I talk to Black people in real life. That's, like, look, Trump looking like, because of taxes and the illegals, that's pretty much the main two priorities is like, these illegals got to go. And Trump is talking about closing these damn borders. That has came in, the amount of immigrants that has came in general and taken over the spaces. Now it is a demand for people to know how to speak Spanish. There's accommodations that they want you to make for these people, and that's just outrageous because they damn sure ain't doing it for us.
Avis, the Vice President, Miss Harris, she met with the largest Latino sector in this country, and she got approval of their vote. And they said this Latino sector has never picked a president that they gonna ride for, but they sat down and got their tangibles. Why are we still waiting for our tangibles? She went and talked with the rappers. She went over there with what's the girl name from Houston that rap? Dallas. What's her name? Meg Thee Stallion. Quavo.
Right.
They were twerking all on stage. She got out there quoting Quavo. Why do they always got to do the market dance when it comes to selling us Black people? But when it comes to the white people and the Latinos, they go right in and have a meeting and get their tangibles. And this was what Ice Cube was talking about doing. Sit down and let's talk about a Black agenda.
Well, it's good that you brought that up. It seems like this is what she's doing, they're running towards the money. I think they acquired her because of the money. I mean, East Indians right now are the number one demographic as far as prosperity in the United States. Matter of fact, they say that 70% of the East Indians in the United States have at least a bachelor's degree. So, she's supposed to be representative of the top tier and the bottom tier. And it seems like, when she's with, she knows how to handle and negotiate those things. When she's with the top tier, it's all about business. When it comes to us, it's making a styling, and things like that, of that nature, and then we have our elite that go and follow suit, that just, vote without even challenging her or saying anything. We have people in power, who look like us, who just vote regardless, just shut up and vote.
You're absolutely right. We're going to be right back after these messages. We're going to take a break. Some of y'all, I know you're wiping the sweat off your forehead. Y'all like, what is this on TV? This Blind City. We bring the real. Ain't no coonery on this show. You want to see somebody eat chicken? Watch the show before mine. We'll be right back after these messages.
I am starting my non-for-profit, the Davin Alexander Foundation, and I want it to be a foundation that saves kids' lives, to be an outlet for a lot of kids that don't see a way out. the vision to see our kids doing positive things and not on the murder list. I want to get St. Louis off the murder list. And if I can help it in any way, that's what I'm trying to do.
Champ, I got one more question.
Yes, sir.
When you walk the streets, do you walk with bodyguards in front of the kids?
No, sir.
Champ, do you walk with bodyguards in the community around the kids?
No, sir. No, sir.
That's what I'm talking about. You don't need no bodyguards when you're protected by God.
Indeed.
That's what I'm talking about.
Make sure that you guys are listening to blindcitypodcast.com.
blindcitypodcast.com. This is your host, LC. I had to lose my sight to find my vision to try to save these ghetto children. Man, and I got two people coming live from D.C. and Maryland. Oh, Maryland, man. Home of Len Bias. May you rest in power, brother. And D.C., Mayor Barry. May you rest in power. Two cities on the move. ZZ.
Yes,
Oh, I
sir.
like me some ZZ. Oh, ZZ. Oh, I know ZZ is beautiful. I know I'm blind. I know y'all looking at her, aren't you? You ain't never seen a woman that beautiful with that much power behind her. They don't show up in St. Louis. No, we don't. ZZ, before we depart, what things do you have to say to the people here in the Midwest and all around as well who may be tuning in? What we need to do as black people to improve our communities and also get our voices heard, get a black agenda, and to put ourselves and get respect out of the Republican and Democrat Party, because I personally feel like this. We've been Democrats so long, man. I don't know what has improved. I'm just being honest, bro. The hood still look the same. They keep with these promises. Hillary Clinton pulled hot sauce out of her purse when she was on the Breakfast Club. I mean, it's always the coonery to us. They got to dance, and Bill Clinton got to play the saxophone for us to get our vote. When we going to get treated like the Bosnians and the Arabs? Why they don't look at us like that? Why they don't look at us for us business and respect us, ZZ?
Because we're still living in the same system of white supremacy that we was 400 years ago. And I think many of us missed that because it's been codified. It's covert now. Now we getting chicken wings and Megan Thee Stallion twerking on, TV winners. Before it was just blatant, it was just straight up, I'm not doing nothing. And I think we have to understand that neither party is going to save us regardless. But this system it cannot be reformed. It cannot be fixed. It is wicked from up to down, from down to up, from the core, because many of us are ready to criticize. Many of us are ready to get up and say, well, you're not voting, you're not doing enough, and whatever the case may be, but we're not doing anything outside of just voting. Voting ain't gonna do a damn thing without action behind it. Their voting is not gonna do a damn thing without accountability behind it. There has to be structure. There has to be discipline. There has to be
mobilization.
There has to be a goal that we're reaching. Okay. And we all have to get on code with that and put ourselves first. We can't put these immigrants first. We can't put anybody outside of our group first. We have to put us first.
So are you voting for Trump? Or do you vote?
I don't plan on voting for either. I have no faith in the system, to be honest. At least the black people that say they vote for Trump, at least there's some logic within it. At least they see some benefit for themselves or their community or their family.
What's the logic with Trump?
A lot of logic that I see with Trump is, taxes, is borders, to get these immigrants out, specifically business, business tax cutoffs and things, things of that nature. But again, Trump was president for 4 years and didn't do anything for us either, other than that little platinum plan thing. But that was kind of a non sequitur as well. But again, at least at the minimum, they could say that. For Kamala, she's been in vice president for 4 years and she's done nothing. There's literally nothing that you can say that you can have to hold on to say that you're going to take your ticket to the ballot and put Kamala on it. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense. But for you to say, well, at least Trump is going to get the illegals out, at least I can say, okay, you know what? That is a problem for Black Americans, is having all these illegals flooding our communities. At least you going to the ballot.
Do you think the illegals are taking Black jobs?
For sure. I don't think it's as much of a problem now because a lot of them get lower level jobs, but even the lower level jobs is out. Now, every American job is out. So if they taking any job, it's our job.
Okay, okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Avis, what you got to say before we wrap up, brother?
Oh, man, I think ZZ said it all. But, as far as the black jobs, it's crazy that I kind of understood what Trump was meaning by that. And I'm not no Trump fan at all. But, what he was saying, it could be any job. And then when I thought about it, I said, what, that made a lot of sense because being poor people coming across the border, the illegals, the first people they're going to affect is the black community. That's the first. That's why in hip hop, in the origin of hip hop, that's why with so many ethnic groups there at the origin of and the black communities in New York and in Philadelphia and Chicago, because that's where they're going to go. That's what they can afford. So they're going. So they're going to impact those arenas and those areas first. You know what I mean? But it's really insulting that they think that the common rank and file black person doesn't have that kind of intelligence. It's a lack of leadership. Is a lack of leadership and the faith in the leadership and the people they lead. So it's pretty much a shut up and do what we're told by those who are in power and the black elite, who didn't even want us to know they exist. I didn't know nothing about no black elites. I was like 37 years old. Somebody said, "You ever heard of black elite?" I was like, who is that? So they didn't even give me a beacon to see of what to aspire to be. They kept themselves in secret and all this other type of stuff. So, but so it's weird how it would just. Not too long ago, I guess on social media, they showed a memo that came from the Divine Nine telling them to activate, like it was on some superpower thing, activate for this thing for Kamala, But I'm like, where's the memo talking about what's going on in the black community? Where's the memo to activate people, what's going on and the degradation of your music? This is your music. The degradation of your music, your culture. Where's the memo for that? Where's, so it's like, hey, they're doing it for their own aggrandizement, and it's really horrible. And I think as a result, and what we see is a direct result of the leadership, and where the leadership really want to focus their attention, and it's not definitely on the people.
I'd like to thank my guests for pulling up to the city, man. What an amazing show. We're going to have to do this again around November after the election, and we can talk about that to find out who the winner is. And, man, like I say, man, ZZ, you the new generation, and I keep telling the older people around my age and older, it's finna be a new wave coming in America with these young black people. They not finna sing "We Shall Overcome" no more. Them days are over. Civil rights is done. We got a whole new revolutionary movement that's finna take over, and they ain't trying to hear no president. They say they gotta save themselves. People are losing faith in the system, man. That's how bad it has gotten. So whether you're a Democrat, Republican, or independent, you have to be depressed on the way this country is moving. When they tell you the country is divided, that lets you know how far we really came. We really didn't hit the reset button. I wouldn't be surprised if Negroes end up slaves again in the future. Thank you for coming tonight. BlindCityPodcast.com.
What's up, blindcitypodcast.com. It's your girl, Michaela McGee. When I'm just chilling, hanging out, I love to listen to blindcitypodcast.com. They bring all of the real. We talk about community, real issues going on affecting real people. Make sure that you guys are listening to blindcitypodcast.com.
If you found this content helpful, please share this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Blind City, the podcast.